Hey, what's up, guys? Coach K here to drop some more football knowledge on you, whether you play, coach, or watch. I hope that you can gain something from these videos. In this video, I wanted to talk about D-line alignment. So when the defense gets set, the defensive line has specific landmarks or specific places where they have to line up. This is good for defensive linemen to know because you have to know where you're going to be, you have to know what gap you're going to be playing in or be responsible for. And this is also good for offensive linemen to know because you have to know who you're blocking, which a line defender you're blocking, and is also good for linebackers to know so you can know where your defensive linemen are playing, which gap they're responsible for. Okay, so we're going to head and get into it, starting from the center. Okay, if a defensive lineman is lined up directly over the center, we call that a zero technique. All right, to the right, and it's the same on both sides. So all the way down to the left past the tight end, all the way down to the right past the tight end. All these techniques, all these alignments are the same on both sides. So again, right over the center, we have a zero technique. To the right or the left of the center, the outside shoulder is called a one technique. Moving over to the guard, if you're aligned on the guard, inside shoulder of the guard is a 2-eye, head up is a 2, outside shoulder of the guard is a 3 technique. Moving over to the tackle, we have a 4-eye. So when you see this eye, that stands for inside. So a regular 2 would be head up, a 2-eye is inside, a 4-eye is inside. So that's all that means. Okay, back to the tackle, head up technique would be a 4. So if you're head up on the tackle, you're in a 4 technique. And if you're outside shoulder of the tackle, you're in a 5 technique. All right, moving over to the tight end, and this is just how I learned it. Your coach may teach it a different way, or you may want to, if you're a coach, you might want to explain it a different way to make it more simple. But this is just how I learned it. The inside shoulder of the tight end is a 7. Again, all right, it doesn't go in order. I don't know why it goes like that, but that's just how I learned it. Head up over the tight end is a 6. And then we just completely skipped number 8 for some reason, and we went straight to 9. Okay, so again, inside the shoulder of the tight end is a 7. Head up on the tight end is a 6, and outside shoulder of the tight end is a 9. All right, and then again, it's the same on both sides. So I'm not even gonna, you could just look and see that it's the exact same. It's mirrored on both sides. So let's look at a real picture of these alignments in a game situation. Okay, so here we have the defensive line. Okay, we got all the positions laid out here. If we start from, let's start from the left. We see that we have a 5 technique right here. He's in a wide 5. We call this a wide 5. He's not directly on this guy's outside shoulder, and he's a little bit wider, so we call him a wide 5. Okay, moving inside to this defensive tackle, he's in a 3 technique because he's outside shoulder of the guard, and this is the center right here. Okay, in front of Cam Newton here, number 1. So this guard is, this defensive tackle is outside shoulder of the guard, putting him in a 3 technique. Moving inside to the nose, we have a 2-eye. Okay, you would kind of look at this and maybe he's in a 1 technique if you were kind of new to the learning alignments, kind of new to the sport. But how you can tell is he's looking right at this guard's inside shoulder. Remember, I stands for inside, so he's in a 2-eye right here. Okay, he's not in a 1 technique. And then we have a 5 technique over here. His hand is lined up and he's looking at that outside shoulder of the tackle. Okay. Looking at another example, we have we have a wide nine. We call this a wide nine technique. Okay, because this is a tight end. All right, so if we look from the inside out, we have the center here as the guard, tackle, tight end. So he's outside shoulder of the tight end, wide. So we call him a wide nine. All right, moving inside, we have another three technique by our defensive tackle, outside shoulder of that guard. Moving inside to the nose, we have another two eye. Okay, he's looking at that inside shoulder of that guard, and then we have another wide five. He's actually in a stand up here. Okay, we call him a wide five, and this is a super wide five. He's really wide. All right, you can tell he's not even nowhere close to this guy's outside shoulder. So he's in a wide five technique on that side. All right, let's take a look at one more example. All right, we have a five technique out here. Okay, outside shoulder of that tackle, center guard tackle. All right, moving inside to our nose, we have a one technique. All right, he's outside shoulder. You can see him looking at that shoulder of that center. We got a three technique on the other side by our defensive tackle, outside shoulder of the guard. And right here, we have a six technique. All right, remember, 7 is inside shoulder. 9 is outside shoulder of this tight end, but head up position, so we call him a six tech.